and everything else like that. Can you touch on that just a little bit for the people that don't know who you are and your story and kind of how you persevere through the different challenges that you've had to experience through life?
Yeah, so I ended up retired from the National Football League in that 07-08 season. I ended up having a really hard time for about 6 months with alcohol issues, addiction, nightlife, gambling, because I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a strategy for my life. I then ended up getting through that process, through those hard times. I started Keynote Premier Enterprises, and Keynote Premier Enterprises was my construction company that I started. Company grew, had a lot of success, had a lot of great things happening. But unfortunately, as the company grew, so did my ego, AJ. And because of that, I lost my best employees. I started to get very just pompous, very arrogant. And I ended up losing my 8-figure year construction company. It took me about 5.5 years to build it. I lost it in about 90 days approximately. And I ended up moving to Raleigh, North Carolina in April 2013, broke, preparing to file a bankruptcy. I was so broke, I couldn't even pay the bankruptcy off. I owed $3,300 to my bankruptcy attorney. It took me almost a year to pay that off because I had no resources, no finances, no credit, lost it all. Home foreclosed on, car repossessed, both in the same day. Moved down here. I ended up getting a job at Merrill Lynch for a short time, got fired. I was working for a construction company. The next day after I got fired from Merrill Lynch, got fired from that job in 5 days because they shut down the sales parts store. I'm out of a job. The only job I could get was a custodial janitorial worker working for $8.25 an hour on the graveyard shift, 10 p.m. till 5 a.m. And I ended up having what I call my rock bottom spoiled milk moment of clarity, where somebody's trash, rotten meat, nasty, protruding, horrible garbage got over my body, my skin, and my clothes. And that was my wake-up call for me to realize, wow, if I don't get my life back together today, I'm going to be right here on this curb, right here, having my story run me, not having me run my story for the rest of my life. Went home, wrote down my 3 biggest strengths, and I computed I want to become a keynote speaker, launched the business from September 2013 until April 2016, not one paid job. Got my first paid job in April 2016 with Miller Mock College. I ended up having a great job with them, and I've worked, I've been coached, I've developed myself, I've worked hard, and today we have spoken to over 35 Fortune 500 brands as a speaker, countless other organizations, churches, to education, to universities, to youth groups, to all types. And we now are a consultant, a coach, 3-time best-selling author. I am a podcast co-host of the Lev and Marques Show. And really and truly, gentlemen, I just enjoy helping people, succeed where I fail.